Coming up on Takedown with Chris Hansen.
Right now you're under arrest. Copy that.
In Genesee County, Michigan, one man makes phone call.
You're not at all affiliated with no law enforcement, no nothing.
After explicit phone call.
Might help you with math or something?
I mean, if that's what you want to call it.
But guess who he probably doesn't want to talk to?
Hey.
Me.
No, you cannot leave. Sit down.
May I meet you? My name is Jordan. May I shake your hand?
Jordan, I'm Chris Hansen.
Very good.
I hope you're enjoying this free full episode of Takedown on our YouTube channel, but there's something you need to know. There are literally hundreds of new episodes either in production or on our streaming channel right now, uncensored. Watch TruBlu.com. Use the code YouTube25 to watch all of the episodes for $2.50, or for an annual subscription, use YouTube Year for $20 off. Also, and this is very important, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on TruBlu.
219 predators under arrest, and we've never lost a case since 2018.
Sheriff Chris Swanson and the Ghost Team in Genesee County, Michigan are constantly combating crimes against children. And once again, I'm embedded in the latest investigation.
Thank you for doing everything you do, and we look forward to another successful op. Appreciate it, Sheriff.
Thank you so much.
This time of year in Michigan, the roads can be snowy, icy, travel can be hazardous, but that didn't stop a number of predators from coming to our sting house. It's early in the day, and the decoy tells a man looking for sex that she's only 15. He asks her to give him a call. I listen in.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey,
Hi.
who's this?
The one you've been texting? You just asked me to call you?
Yeah. I'm just making sure that that's who that was.
Oh, like, I've been texting you.
So, where you at in Flint?
I'm like on like the outskirts kind of like Flint and the Burton area. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just don't want to give you like my address until I actually know you're coming.
You realize that, like, just telling dudes like that, saying that you're 15 is, that puts them in a weird bind, right?
I just don't want no drama when people get here, so I want to be upfront with it.
Right. I mean, what, you living by yourself or what?
No, I live with my aunt, but she's out with her boyfriend. So,
Right, like out in the town or what?
I don't know. They take off a couple days, so, and who knows where they go.
Yeah. You, what year were you born in?
In 09,
What month?
July.
Okay.
When were you born?
Born in May of 1986.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you looking to suck and fuck? What's going on?
That's a weird way to say that. Well, I mean, I was just calling this, or I wanted to talk to you and see if I was mistaken, or if you just, see, because otherwise it just seemed like a straight up trap, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, I just like to fuck, and I might as well make money while I do it. This way I get to go get my nails did.
Go get your nails did, is it?
Yeah. I like having pretty nails.
Right on. Well, do you smoke or anything, girl?
Yeah, I smoke. I don't have anything here at the moment, so if you got anything, you can bring it if you want.
Well, I mean, come smoke it and talk to you, see what's going on, but, it's pretty fucking dangerous being that age. It just randos fucking showing up.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah?
So, it's a little extra thrill, why not?
I guess. A bunch of old dudes coming over fucking young girl, that's not weird to you?
No, not really.
No. Okay.
So, if I send you the address, are you gonna come over?
Well, if you be down to just like not, not assume that what you were saying sucked and fucking, but yeah, I check, maybe see what's going on. Are you why don't you do this? Just send me a couple pictures of you, like yourself,
Okay.
and go from there, I guess. Cause I don't know, man. It's like,
Okay.
yeah, of course I'd love to come hang out, but I don't want to go. I'm married, I got kids and shit, so.
Okay, yeah. So I'll send you that picture then let me know what you're thinking.
Alright.
Okay. Bye.
Alright, hey,
Yeah?
Hey, you said you're not at all affiliated with no law enforcement, no nothing.
No, I'm 15.
I mean, that's what you're saying.
I promise
So-
you I am.
Well, so, I don't know what the legalities are. If someone's 15 years old, do they gotta say that they are or not because they're too young?
Huh?
Like if you ask someone if they're affiliated with law and they're over 18, is it different if they're under 18, how they gotta answer or how they can't answer? I don't know that answer.
I don't know the laws.
You should probably figure them out. You fucking old dude, you champ.
Oh. So,
All right,
okay.
yeah,
I'm just gonna
me
send you that picture.
then.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
He's thinking about it.
Married with kids.
The man who thinks he's a legal scholar of some sort is Jordan. I get the details from Lieutenant Andy Snyder on the text that led up to the phone call.
Jordan had a chat online with a decoy posing as a 15-year-old girl.
Correct.
He seems to think, at least, he knows the law and says, if I ask you if you're with law enforcement, you have to tell me.
Yeah, he started spewing out some kind of legal mumbo jumbo.
Which is not a defense, right?
No, it's not defense. He talked about sex, and then, when we got on the phone call, that's when he wanted to start discussing laws, legality. He did discuss it in the chat. So we told him several times, no, the decoy's 15 years old. And he said, you must be doing a typo, which we're not. And the decoy circled back around to that on the telephone call. He was interested in unprotected sex with the decoy.
He asked for pictures.
Yes, and then he sent a picture of himself with his shirt off. He indicated in the chat, he said, no, I'm not a pedophile. And he said, maybe something will work out when you get legal. And then he started to continue to talk about sex with us after we preached all that to us.
Right.
He says Daddy was looking for more of a regular, discreet friend, if you know what I mean. Then he asked for dirty photos of the decoy after he preached his legal mind to us.
So he talks about her engaging in risky behavior, but then he circles back around and says, send me some sexually explicit photos.
Right, he said he was just going to meet and come and smoke and talk and get to know the girl, and he resorted right back to the nasty talk.
In your experience, is this a way these guys sometimes go about trying to protect themselves, give them an out?
Yeah, I would say so. Cover their tracks.
When these cases are ultimately prosecuted, he can say, oh, well, at the end, I just said we're going to hang out and smoke weed.
Yeah, they'll figure that out in court with the defense attorneys.
Right. Even though he's had a sexually explicit conversation with somebody he believes to be underage.
Yeah, all day long. He talks quite a bit about having sex with a 15-year-old. It's pretty graphic too. So.
Got it.
It seems Jordan should be on his way by now, but he wants to chat even more.
Nope.
Hi, Daddy. I thought you were coming over.
Oh, I am.
Are you getting close?
Yeah, I just was at this gas station. Wondering what the fuck was going on.
What do you mean?
Well, yeah, my ATM card wasn't working, like I said.
Oh.
It should have been fucking. Anyway, not the end of the world, but
Oh.
that's the best.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Once you get here, everything will be perfect.
What does that mean?
Meaning, I know what you want and I can satisfy you in any way you want.
I just want to learn how to do math. The longhand division way.
Longhand and, like, deep throat math?
And what?
Deep throat math?
Never heard you called that before.
Oh, I come up with some new things, so I can teach you that. And you can teach me a few things.
Like, how to do it the shorthand way?
Sure. So about how long till you get here?
Like 15.
About 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking about like once you get here, like to get in the shower and stuff. You can have it takes a minute for the water to get hot, so I can have the water running when you get close.
Okay.
Okay, so text me when you're close and I'll get everything situated and things can start getting hot and steamy.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Either that or we just turn it on whenever I get there, you know.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
It's all good, yeah. I'm not like stinky and funky or nothing. I want to get out of these clothes. I've been wearing these socks all day, like since fucking 4:30 this morning.
Okay, completely understandable. I get it. But let me know when you get close and I'll be waiting for you.
Okay, so one more time, I'm gonna answer this girl. Who all's over there?
Is it just me?
Okay, who all's around?
Around it by myself. I got no one around.
Okay. So, yeah, if you stop by, come over and help you with math or something.
I mean, if that's what you want to call it. We both know it's fucking.
I want to make sure we're explicitly saying that it's not a trade or, you know, anything, money for anything else. It's just, you know, I don't know. I never met you before. You sound older than you say. And,
So, no, it's just money for services. Money for a cat, for a pussy.
yeah, that's not what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I'm trying to say that we're absolutely explicitly not doing that kind of a thing because I don't want it to be misconstrued or and used later on or nothing like that. You know?
yeah, I get it.
So, will you say it?
Yeah, it's not for a trade. I guess, is that what I'm supposed to say?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, literally, I'm just trying to get you to confirm and be on the same page. You know, I'm just gonna stop over, introduce myself. If you don't mind if I use your restroom, that'd be nice, and get something to drink, and you show me that long hand real quick, and
Okay.
you know.
Sounds good, but I will see you soon.
All good. What's up? What you doing right now, girl?
I was gonna go grab something to eat real fast.
Oh yeah.
So I'll see you when you get here.
Okay.
Okay, bye bye.
I mean, the chat's good.
He's trying to talk his way.
He's trying to talk.
He's trying to protect himself.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to get off the phone with them. Just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, whatever. We'll see you soon. Just make it short and sweet.
Yeah, he said 20 minutes, almost 20 minutes ago, and now it's still 15.
Now he's got to be on his way, right? Well, not yet. He's in a parking lot down the street, and he makes yet another call to the decoy.
You said you're here, but no one's in the driveway.
No, I'm driving around this area. That damn phone got their fucking brights on.
Oh, I've been looking towards the driveway, and I'm like, I don't see a car. So you'll be in probably the driveway any minute?
Oh yeah, or down the road, and I'll walk like I said.
Okay.
I mean, so no one would, no, it wouldn't be weird. Anyone wouldn't be like, what the fuck?
No, she's not even here.
I just mean like if a neighbor wouldn't say something or whatever.
Oh, no. Everyone stays to themselves.
Okay.
But the big
swear
front,
to God, you swear on your coolest whatever it is. What's the thing you love most in this world?
what I love most?
Yeah.
Probably my phone.
Jordan is now on foot trying to find the Sting House.
So what road are you on? You've been out there walking forever.
What road am I on? I don't fucking know what name the roads around here. Road number 6?
Road, I don't think we have a road number 6.
Well, this must not be it.
How much longer until you keep walking? I don't want to be on the phone forever.
Be on the phone for I'm gonna take a walk down this already beaten path.
The beaten path, where are you?
Yeah. I'm walking across the snow. I think I'm like right behind your place. What on Kroger's side?
Okay. I need to go plug my phone in. I'm almost dead. I'm at 3%.
That's funny.
Okay. So I will keep looking. If you're walking from You're gonna be like walking towards like the back of the house first. So I'm gonna keep looking out the windows.
No, don't even do it. Don't even get off the phone. No. So
My cord ain't that long to reach.
you got 2%. I'm like, here, I think.
You're here, you think?
I think so. Lights on?
The side porch light, yeah.
Okay.
Let me go up to the window and look. Hold on.
And now it's finally time to get into position to see just how talkative Jordan is going to be with me.
Sorry, that door stays locked. Oh yeah, you can go in. Oh, I didn't know you were still at. I always kept looking out the window, thinking you were walking somewhere in here. So I gotta go plug my phone in. I have a bong and then have some weed over here. Oh, my phone's just right here. I gotta go plug my charger in. I'll plug my phone into the charger. If you just want to stay right here, that's fine.
Jordan tries to follow the decoy into the other room. It's time for me to intervene.
Oh, you can go
Hey.
ahead and have a seat right there.
How you doing? You just sit right there. Sir, sit right there. Sir, do your hands out of your pocket. Sorry. Sit in the chair. Yes, sir.
Sit on the stool. Right there. Hands where I can see them. Sit down.
Oh my God, can I please leave?
Sit down. No, you cannot leave. Sit down. Do yourself a huge favor and just sit down.
So, how we doing, gentlemen?
Good. How are you?
Well, I'll be honest with you.
Please.
I've been married for like 2 years.
Yeah.
I wasn't a very good person before that. Well, I mean, I was, but I just got divorced, and the thought of some friendship was nice. We just had a beautiful baby daughter. My wife's at home with our daughter right now. And
What are you doing out here?
I had a band practice. I had to go
Band
to.
practice.
So
And what band do you play in?
I'd rather not say.
Garage band or?
Kind of. That's right.
Yeah. And what do you play?
The drums.
The drums. And how long have you played the drums? I need to even keep your hands where I can see them. Do you have a weapon or anything?
I have a Leatherman in my pocket.
That's fine.
Okay.
Just keep it where it is. What's your name? Jordan, right?
Jordan.
Okay. And Jordan, how old are you?
38.
38. And you have a wife?
And 2 beautiful daughters.
2 beautiful daughters.
Well, a stepdaughter and a daughter.
And how old are your stepdaughter and daughter?
My stepdaughter, I'm sorry, is turning 4 in February.
Turning 4 in February.
And my daughter's 2 months old.
2 months old.
Yes, sir.
What the hell are you doing prowling around this area at night when it's 14 degrees out and you're supposed to be at band practice? Your wife is home with 2 daughters.
Well,
Explain that to me.
I should have been on my way home. And,
Yeah.
I shouldn't have, I don't know. This isn't something I normally would do. So I saw it was, I don't know, man.
You saw it was what?
I don't really have, I moved here from out of state. I don't really know any folks around here, so I don't have any friends around.
You from Nashville?
No, sir. I lived in Tennessee.
In Tennessee?
I'm from-
Whereabouts?
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I get it.
May I ask you who
I'm
you
going to
are?
get to all that in a minute, I promise you. I'm going to tell you the whole thing. But
Then
right
I'd
now,
like
I need to
hear
talk
that.
about some of the things you said
Two.
to this girl. You say you want her to act like a slut fucker.
What?
What did you mean by slut fucker?
I don't believe I said that.
Yes, you did. You said you were looking for somebody who you could see over and over again.
A friend. Yeah, just someone to talk to.
And why did you have her call you daddy?
I didn't have her call me that. I just called myself that. I called
Daddy
myself
looking
that.
for a regular
regular friend. Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very curious thing. All this. I'm not really familiar with it. I don't know what to do. when I'm talking to folks. So I was trying to be.
You talk about having girls' clothes in the back of your car. What's that all about?
So I regularly will go to the we'll go to like the Goodwill dumpster,
Right.
and pull clothing out of it. In fact, I have this. My wife just had a child. Her bra size changes over that time, and bras are expensive, and so I often go to Goodwill dumpster or otherwise and get clothing. I mean, I literally have a bunch of clothing. If you'd like to take a look,
We will.
sir, am I going to go to jail?
We'll get to that in a moment. You talk about things like,
Well, sir,
is bareback okay? What did you mean by bareback?
I'm not familiar, sir. I apologize.
Well, you said it. Does that mean sex without a condom? Is that what that means?
That I don't know. I'm not trying to be I'd like to understand what's my rights are, if you don't mind, please.
We're going to get to that in just a minute.
Well,
if you want to entice me to then beg daddy to come and to come and to come again, and you would have to more than once as well.
I'm sorry.
This is what you said in the chat with this girl. How old was this girl?
I thought okay.
Let me help you out. 15.
Well, that's as you said, but I didn't think that was actually the case, sir. So I apologize.
Make me believe you want to be watched getting cum filled, you say to her.
To her, I said that?
Yes, you did.
Unfortunately, that was meant to go to my wife. I'm sorry.
Oh, so you're texting a 15-year-old girl and your wife at the same time?
Hold on, time out. I didn't believe that I was actually texting a 15-year-old girl, sir. I wouldn't ever. I mean, if it was you and I in the conversation, I think you can understand, and that's I'm trying to be very clear that I'm not looking for anything of the nature that we discussed. No sexual, no trades, nothing
Just
like
a
that.
friendly guy who wanted to meet some pals and sit down and be able to make daddy feel like you want him to come for you.
What?
And you want me to bear.
So, okay, I apologize. I think that what's happening there.
Let me see you with them nails and lips saying, daddy, spank me, then I'm in bear, okay?
Yeah, that was intended for my wife.
I don't believe you.
Would you like to call her?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
What's her number?
Well, here's the thing is, now, sir, you know my name. You know
Yeah.
there's a camera there. I haven't
Yep.
consented to that. I'm not really sure what's
You don't
going on.
have to.
I understand.
consent
I
to
believe
that.
that.
I have the.
That's your consent or whatever.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't have to get consent.
Very good. There's a gentleman in the sheriff's getup, and I understand what everyone's here for. There's a lot going through my mind, as you can imagine.
Have you ever met a stranger online before like this?
Like this?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Have you met
no,
somebody
this is-
online and come to visit them at a house that's not yours?
Before? I
Yeah.
have, yeah.
You have?
Yeah, I
How
do a
many
lot of
times?
trading and things
You
like
do
that.
a lot of like trading what?
Well, trading, like I have fishing lures, for instance. I have a lot of antique fishing lures.
Yeah, it looks like you got caught on a hook tonight, is what it looks like.
That was a very good turn of phrase, sir. Actually, very, very well placed.
What do you do for a living, Jordan?
I'm an engineer, sir.
You're an engineer.
Yes, sir.
And what field do you work in?
I've worked in, well, sir, here's the thing. I am in a position currently in my life where I need to make some changes. I understand that. I'm not trying to say it for this. And I'd rather not jeopardize any potential future, for
Well,
my
then
family.
why did you even come over here after a sexually charged conversation with someone who told you they were 15?
Well, again, I did accidentally. So there's more than
I
what
don't think it was an accident,
I
Jordan.
understand that.
Because if you're going to say that stuff to your wife, why wouldn't you go home and say that stuff to her and be with her? Instead,
Sir.
you're lurking around this neighborhood.
Not lurking.
Yeah, you were. We watched you. It's all on camera.
Right.
It's all on camera. We have it all.
I figured
so.
so.
You might as well just tell me the truth, Jordan.
It didn't really want to actually stop and meet this person because
Then
I'm scared.
why did you do it?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that to come off that
You're
way.
here.
Right. I mean that I was afraid that this was going to be the case.
You were afraid that what? This was
That
a sting.
Well, yeah, if that's what it is, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it made sense. I mean, it was done very well, with some exception. Those exceptions were obvious.
What would you have done differently?
What would I have done differently?
Yeah.
Personally, or even
Yes,
in a different
personally,
position?
if you were doing my job tonight.
I'm not really sure what your job is, sir. But if you're the orchestrator, for instance, of everything, and I don't know, the gentleman with the camera, it's kind of uneasy. I don't know. May I see his face at least? So we.
No.
Okay. Very good.
May
Very
not.
good. Okay. I would recommend that. I don't know, man.
Why did you want so many pictures of this girl? You want a
Because
picture
I
of her
didn't think
mouth,
it was
you want
real.
a picture
Exactly.
of her face, you want a
I didn't
picture of her
believe that
nails.
it was real.
You wanted pictures of her
Of her.
privates.
Again, my wife and I's conversation and the mixture of this. I
That's
understand.
bullshit, Jordan. You know that. So just
I'll let you
come
ask
on.
her. I mean, no,
Yeah, well, call her up. Get her on the phone.
well, before I do that, I'd like to understand exactly what's going on here, sir. Because I'd rather not call my wife and speculate some things to her. I'd rather just tell her.
You offered it up. I didn't ask
Yeah.
you, Jordan, to say, let me talk to your wife. You said, call my wife.
Well,
And
I was
said,
trying to
will-
explain to you, sir, that I there was a mix-up on my end as I'm driving.
Yeah, it's a mix-up, all right. The mix-up was you came over here to have sex with a 15-year-old
Absolutely
girl.
not. I did not.
Then why go through all this, Jordan?
Because like I said, it's been working long hours. I don't have any friends around, and it was someone different than my normal. And
Than your normal what? Your
the normal
wife?
people I talk to.
Yeah. Who else do you talk to besides your wife?
Folks at work.
Folks at work.
Yeah, and that's about it. My daughters.
And what about the guys in the band you were practicing with tonight?
Yeah,
Talk to them?
seldom. I mean, not really often actually. Only when,
Yeah.
when we play. Yes, sir. They're not folks that I know from a history. I mean, I'm not.
What kind of music do you play? Rock? Roll?
Yeah, rock and roll music. Yes, sir.
Rock and roll music.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you guys play in bars around town?
No, we don't play out like that.
Church?
Some of us have played separately in churches. Yes, we've done some recording together. The three of us. It's a three-piece band.
Three-piece band. And do you play in a church regularly?
I haven't currently been playing in a church regularly. No, sir.
But you've done it in the past?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where is the company where you work as an engineer?
These are the parts where I don't know what.
I'm going to find out.
Well, okay, all right. Well,
I probably already know.
okay. Am I going to get fired from there for this?
I don't know. I don't run the company.
Well, I mean, what is the?
Well, usually when somebody engages in the kind of discussion you
May I record
engage
this
in-
conversation?
You can record it all you want. I'm recording it too.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. So I just
Yeah.
mean for myself.
But do you want me to talk to your wife?
I think that I don't have an issue with you speaking with my wife. However, I'm not sure the intent of your discussion with my wife. If it is to,
Well, you offered it up. So what was your intent?
offer it up by
What was
merely. I was trying to have a conversation with someone who had
Yes.
just, I'll say, met. In fact, may I meet you?
Yes.
My name is Jordan. May I shake your hand?
Jordan, I'm Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen.
I'm a journalist.
Very good.
I do stories on men who try to meet children.
Well, that's not what
For
this
sex.
is. That is absolutely not what this
Come
is.
on, Jordan.
A child?
Have you ever seen our shows on television?
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Yes.
And
Well, I
what did
think
what did you think of those shows when you saw them?
so. I don't. It's been a while, sir. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, this is for a series of investigations called Takedown,
Okay.
and you're in one,
In a takedown, you mean?
in a takedown.
I understand. I understand that what's going on here is that, and I was trying to be very clear on the phone,
Right.
that it was not an exchange.
I heard the phone call.
Very good.
All right, it sounds like you were excited to hook up with a 15-year-old
No,
girl
I was
after a
nervous
sexually
to
charged
meet anyone
conversation,
that I don't know.
and then you tried to cover your ass.
No, I don't. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I understand that that's
Right.
Yeah.
So the question is, Jordan, why even come over here in the first place? Why risk so much? Your wife, your daughters, your job as an engineer, and keep your hands out of your pockets, please.
sorry.
I've asked you 3 times now.
I understand. And I dropped my hat. May I pick it up?
You may.
Thank you. And the nature of this is, well, it's a little different for you and me, right? In this position.
It's different for you.
Well, I just mean your
think-
position and my position are.
Oh, they're very different. That's for sure.
Right, I guess so. Yeah. You're trying to make sure that I guess concede or agree that I
I
my
want to know
intent
what
was
your-
never to have
Then
any
why are
sex with
you
anyone.
here? What do you think would have happened, Jordan, had I not been here with my crew and had there been a 15-year-old girl here? What do you think would have gone down?
If there was a 15-year-old girl here proper, I would have left. I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't stick around with a 15-year-old girl, sir. That's not my cup of tea.
Daddy
sir.
looking for regular.
Yes. Regular friends.
You talk about coming inside her,
Whom?
bareback.
My wife?
No,
Sir,
you know that's not believable,
well,
Jordan.
I would.
What, do I look
I'd be
dumb?
happy to have.
Do I look dumb to you?
I'm not going to presume you look dumb, smart.
You don't think
I'm not
that I've
trying.
gone through the transcripts,
I'm
that
sure
I've
you
read
have.
the
I'm sure you
conversations,
have.
that I heard the
Very-
phone calls, all that stuff?
Certain. I'm
Okay,
sure
so I have.
Yes.
So you might as well just tell me the
know,
truth.
So you know that in those conversations, I was very explicit that that's not what
You were very explicit, all right.
yeah, that we were, my intent was
No,
not
explicit about your sexual intent.
well, again,
Nobody
if
uses that language to come over and just, what are you going to do? Just to hold her hand, comfort
hold her hand.
keep her
I'm not
warm?
trying to have a relationship
What is the purpose of you being here? Tell me what the
Sir, I
purpose of
reached
you being
out to
here.
someone who had an ad
Right,
online.
who told you
who
she was
looking for a
15.
friend. No, well, she
Yes,
said
she
she
did.
was. The count you. I
Then
mean,
why not say
I didn't believe it was
that's
the case.
It's inappropriate. Then why even take the chance?
I
You're
don't-
bullshitting
I don't
me.
have any- I'm not bullshitting you.
Yes,
sir.
you are.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if you really
What?
cared, if you
I mean,
want to
I
do
do
the
care.
right thing,
Why wouldn't
you
I?
wouldn't
Really,
be
John?
here.
Well, sir, I think it's so far the right thing is something that
Go ahead.
I knew that I shouldn't even be here.
Right.
As you could probably tell in the discussion. Now,
Then
first-
why did you show up? You drove around,
Because
you
I-
checked out the house, you were staking the place out.
I wasn't staking it out. I'm just.
Did you
I'm
park in
nervous.
and walk over?
Yes, I did.
And why did you not just pull in the driveway? If
Because
you were
it's
trying to hide
obvious
anything?
that it's like not a legit scenario. The scenario
Then
of
why
a
did
15-year-old
you-
girl at home at her aunt's house where no one knows each
So
other.
you knew
neighbors,
she was
brother.
15.
No, I'm saying
No,
that
you
you're
said that.
telling. No, excuse me. What I said was that is not a believable scenario, and therefore it is my stance that whoever it was on the other line was trying to. I don't know why someone would say that they're 15. I don't know. It's a very specific age, right?
Bareback, okay.
Again, that's a conversation that was not meant for this text message. So
So you're saying all the sex talk was meant for your wife, who's at
saying
home
that
with the
my
two
wife
children.
and I have a relationship that I would prefer not to discuss on these.
So you
cameras,
would
if that's
text
okay.
you would text your wife sexually explicit messages on the way home?
all the time, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you married, sir?
I am.
Do you, if you don't mind me asking, do you speak
I do
sexually
mind.
explicit
I
with
do
your
mind
wife?
you asking.
Okay,
It's
well,
none of your business. You're
very
the one
good
who
then.
put yourself out in the public eye here
Well-
by showing up at a house where a girl said she was 15.
May I grab
Yes,
my phone?
please. Okay. All right.
Listen, okay. So
What do you think should happen to you, Jordan?
Well, if it's myself to myself,
Yeah. There's a lot of double talk going on here.
yeah, as you can imagine, this is not a scenario that I was.
No, it's not a scenario you want to be in. It's
Well,
not a
only
scenario
that,
anybody
what I've
wants to
ever
be
been
in.
Nor have I, and I thought that I was able to be,
Sneaky. Yeah.
Sneaky? What is sneaky about what
Okay,
I'm doing?
You chat with somebody who tells you they're 15 years old. You talk about sex. You talk
it was
about
not.
coming inside her.
Hold on, time out.
You
Again,
drive around the
I did not.
neighborhood. You check out the place. You ask for pictures of her. I want another picture of your mouth. You go on and on and on and on. This is not normal activity, right?
No, I
you
think so.
park
I
at the
think it is.
grocery store lot and you wait and wait and wait. We watch the whole
Sir,
thing.
the
And
gal
then you
sent
come
me pictures.
skulking over here.
I smoked a cigarette walking, and I saw. I mean, come on, man. There's a reality here, and
Yeah, the reality is you're in deep trouble, Jordan.
Well, that's
you
what I'm
are in
trying to-
deep trouble
for what?
for trying to meet a
Hold
15-year-old
on.
girl for sex.
I did not try to do that. That's
Then
why.
why are you here?
Because I was to meet someone who was going to be a friend to talk to, yourself even,
A friend to talk to.
anything like that.
And how do you think your wife will react to
I'm fairly certain that that's none of your business either, sir.
That's fair enough.
But my wife, to be honest, what I think my wife will do,
You're the one who brought it up. You're the one who said, call my wife.
what I
You're the
said
one
was,
who
if
talked
you would
about
like to, you,
I don't think your wife's going to buy your bullshit.
I don't think that you're like scaring me with my wife thing. That's where I'm at with my wife. My wife and I have a very good relationship. She understands. Now, the fact that
She understands what? That you came over here tonight to meet a teenager?
whoa, that I didn't do. Please stop saying that, sir. My intent was never to do that, and I was very explicit about that. Please, I mean, okay, if you will not do anything other than reflect on the words that were used in the discussion.
Yeah, I'm reflecting on it. They're
So-
sitting in front of me.
Well, those are handwritten notes of yours. It seems like I would
And
guess.
I have actual text.
Okay.
You want to read them again?
I think you don't need to read them to me,
I'm
but
happy to.
is your point to tell me what was said, or tell me what the intent of the conversation was, sir?
Both.
Okay. Well, then I'll listen. I apologize. With my wife, regarding my wife,
Just a friendly guy who wanted to meet some pals and sit down and be able to make Daddy feel like you want him to
that's
come
two
for you.
conversations in one. That's one half
And
of a
you want me to bear. Let me
Again,
see
that doesn't
with
make
the
sense.
nails in your lips saying, Daddy spank me, and then I'm bare, okay?
So that's there's some inside. There's more information associated with that would help you to understand how It's very
If
obvious.
you want to
that is-
entice me to then beg Daddy to come and to come and to come again, and you would have to more than once as well.
Again, that was to my wife in my mind, sir.
Make me believe you want to be watched getting cum filled.
Would you prefer to continue saying the same thing over and over and me continue
you
to
to
tell
tell
you
the
where that
truth.
came? I am telling you the truth. Now,
And that's what you're sticking with. You're saying
Well,
that
what
you
I'm
meant to
saying-
message your wife with that.
what I'm saying is I was also speaking to my wife, yes, sir. And when I was
And
speaking
did you
with
tell
my
your wife that you're going to stop off here to chat with somebody who told you they were 15? Did you tell her that?
I told my wife.
Hey, honey, I'm going to park my car in the grocery
What if
store.
she said
parking lot.
okay? What if she was okay with that, sir?
It's still
What if that was
illegal.
my business?
It's still illegal.
Because you're saying that I was here to see a 15-year-old. My intent was that there was no one 15 here.
Right.
Because in fact, when the door opened, sir,
Yeah.
here's what it is. None of the pictures had any metadata associated with them, correct?
You tell me. You're the engineer.
Well, I'm a welding. What do I know about that? I just mean the pictures when they don't have any data attached to them, when they've been in fact erased of all data, suggests that someone not went in and made the change to not add location or things like this, but literally to take away all picture data. And so, with that said, it's a giant red flag to me.
Jordan,
I didn't think that there was even, no offense, ma'am, if you can hear me, I didn't think that she was actually a real person. If I'm being honest, I thought there was going to be a gentleman.
Come here. That's what
Because
doesn't
I
make
don't
sense.
have, like I said before.
Why don't you go home? It's late. It's right now 11:15.
It is late.
What would you do if somebody came over to your house to meet one of your daughters? How would you feel about that?
I don't think that would be a situation like this. I'm not.
All right, so
Sir, do I need to like have a lawyer to
well,
talk about
here's
that?
the thing, Jordan. There are some folks here who want to talk to you. They're going to take it from here. Is there anything else you want people to know about the situation you're in right now?
I think if you have if you think that there's a possibility of the person that you're going to meet not being the person that you are speaking with, then just scrap it. There's no reason to actually come. You know, it's silly.
What's your biggest regret tonight, Jordan?
Oh man, that's a big list.
Long list, huh?
Gentlemen are very intimidating too, you know, so
There's a reason for that, you know.
I can imagine so, yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Do you have a criminal history, Jordan?
No, sir.
Are you sure?
The reason that I hesitated is because I'm trying to differentiate between criminal and lesser crimes, I guess.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
no.
any crimes that we need to know about?
When I was 20 years old, going to school in Big Rapids, Michigan, in college, I got an OWI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, these folks are going to take it from here, but I appreciate you talking to me.
very good. Thank
Stand
you.
up.
Thank you.
Stand up. Hands behind the back.
Gentlemen, may I call my wife or no?
No.
Am I in her?
Right now you're under arrest.
Copy that.
Okay?
What's the T-shirt say?
There.
Deer.
shirt. Yes, sir.
Why do you have a deer shirt?
Why don't you?
All right, go ahead, stand up.
Deer to keep kids off drugs.
Absolutely.
It's okay to talk about smoking weed with a 15-year-old, huh?
Well, again, that's
Where'd you get the T-shirt?
I got it in a dumpster actually.
The dumpster.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you a ride. We're gonna talk downtown, okay?
Okay.
I'll take care of all this stuff.
Can
I'll take care of all this stuff.
drink or anything like that?
Not right now, nope.
Jordan never does let me have a conversation with his wife. He's charged with sending criminal sexually abusive material, using a computer to commit a crime, and enticing a child for immoral purposes. We'll keep you posted on the case against him. Jordan at first seemed willing to have me call and talk to his wife, who's at home with their 2 kids. I'm guessing that his wife wouldn't be that eager to talk to me, and that there's a very difficult conversation ahead for the 2 of them. Sheriff Chris Swanson and I have heard just about every excuse you could possibly imagine, but they never hide a potential child predator's true intentions. 38-year-old Jordan, a welding engineer, he said, showed up to exploit a 15-year-old child, and he had all kinds of excuses. He claimed that the sexually explicit chats were actually intended for his wife. It doesn't make sense. Why do these guys think they can lie their way out of it like this?
What's interesting about that is not only was he lying about it, but he did all his counter surveillance. This whole incident from start to arrest was hours. It's a very lengthy investigation.
Yeah, at any point he could have been, wait a second, what am I doing? But he kept going and going and going. And then, you know, here's a guy who's educated, he's got a family, comes from another county into this county. And he came there and his chat was vile. When that happens, and of course they actually show up, and he parked his car down the block and walked in, and I mean, he was tactical about the whole thing.
It was hours between the first contact he made to the decoy,
Right.
and him walking into the door of the sting house.
Right, over 5 hours.
He had to work hard for this.
And what was interesting is when we were surveilling him, he was parking next to our vehicles in a surveillance area and didn't even know he was parking next to them. It goes back to that mindset of they're there to do one thing, and that is to take advantage of a vulnerable person. And in this case, it was a underage kid.
What kind of a person spends 5 hours doing counter surveillance, driving around the neighborhood, parking in a grocery store parking lot, waiting, conversing, and then he gets out and walks a significant distance in an effort not to be detected?
In our world, we call that premeditation. And when someone's so premeditated, they are committed. They have intentions to commit whatever they're going to do. There was no, as I said, break in consciousness to think, this is a terrible idea. They keep feeding that fantasy. And I'm convinced that, you know, no matter who was there, he was going to fulfill whatever he wanted to do and leave.
You could see him probing in the texting and the phone calls. He would say some very graphic things. His intent was very clear, and then he'd back off and say, or we could just hang out. You see this all the time.
I look at that as a battle of good and evil on the person's shoulder.
Or covering his...
Or try to cover it,
tail.
or trying to, you know, there's a thing we call rationalization. And if you're trying to rationalize something, it's probably because you're not supposed to be doing it. And so sometimes subconsciously, I can't believe I said that, so I'll balance it with this. Or if I say this, then I'll just balance it with this. They're trying to justify it, rationalize it in their own mind. But the physical action, the driving there, and you know, who has 5 hours in the day where, what are you calling and telling your wife you're doing? You know, are you picking up groceries? Are you meeting a buddy? So you're still not only chatting us, but you're also chatting your family, telling them what you're doing, but you're not.
His wife was home with their 2 children, one a newborn.
Yeah.
And he's out doing this?
Yeah. You know, the sad part of our investigations is there are family members that pay
The collateral damage.
That's right, they pay the price for bad actions. And with him being exposed, we do that so others are deterred from it, we hope. But she's devastated, and her kids are now gonna have to grow up. They don't even know this. It'll always be on, you know, public documents. And here he did that. And so the message of these stories that we do is not only just to give an account of what happened, but also if somebody is watching now and they are right on the edge, don't do it. There are places you can go, there's people you can see. Do not do it, because it's just a matter of time before you walk in the door and you see one of us.
WatchTrueBlue.com is home to the full library of Takedown with Chris Hansen true crime documentaries and exclusive investigations.